seconds late here this morning. Good morning. Hurry up. What does it say? Live recording. I hit the wrong button there to start. Just at 8 o'clock I'm going to start, and the two buttons are side by side. One says start streaming, one says start recording. My trackpad slipped. I hit the wrong one. No soup. No. We're carving. We're doing transfer. Okay, this is the block that we did last week or so. This is the finished block for the undertone for the two creatures, the two octopuses. The next block in line to be carved is the block that's going to be for the octopus other tones. There's dots here. This is going to be need a bit of explaining. The second octopus block has a deeper orange tone, and it's got its own series of dots. What's going to make this a bit difficult is it has an outline. It's got an orange outline all the way around the octopus, plus it's got its own dots. You can see some here, they're sort of faint at this end. We've got black dots already in there. We've got dots. And look at here, there's a thicket of them. There's an outline just inside the black outline, then a thick orange base around the suckers, and then dots. Now, how am I going to do this? This is the octopus freckle block, yes. If I just simply print the key block and transfer it, that gives me enough information to carve this part of it, the orange line around the inside. That gives me enough information to carve this part, the orange area around the suckers. But that wouldn't give me enough information to carve all these dots. But as you know, I've traced these over on the iPad. But if I take the iPad printout and just paste it on a blank piece of wood, then I've got no idea where these lines are. So this is our usual conundrum again. Because we're doing this in a reproductive way without the original artist here, I need a regular transfer print from the key block, and I need a printout from my computer file, which has got the dots on. So what we're going to do is this. I'm going to do it in two stages. This is the already finished block. I'm going to make another block. I'm going to carve another block, just like this one. I'm going to go back to the key block. You'll see it in a minute. I'm going to print a transfer sheet. I'm going to come here with a brand new empty block. I'm going to paste it down, and I'm going to carve pretty much a replica of this block. And what I'm going to leave on that block is I'm going to leave all the octopus, the area that will have the dots. I will carve, because I can see the key lines, I will carve this outline. I will carve around these suckers, because I can see that from the key line. And that will leave me a piece of wood, the shape of this octopus leg, in the correct area. Once that's finished, I'll wash it off, and then on top of that, I will paste a printout from the tracing file that I did. So it's going to be a multi-stage process for this next block. The mic is right beside me here. The mic is flipped to my tool blocks. Touch, touch, touch. The mic is not on my chest. So you got the idea. So I've explained it to you. You guys can now explain it to the next people down the line, right? Okay, here we go. Step one, as I mentioned, back to the key block. We're now going to take a transfer from the key block onto Gampi paper. What I've got here, I've got another one of our patented sheets. This is Gampi paper sprayed lightly to a backing sheet. I'm going to warm up this block and take a printout from it, which we will then paste on the new block. I'll do a test first. I've got a piece of blank paper here. We'll use that first to get the block warmed up. Okay, let's get going. It's not the first time you've seen this. We do it this way sometimes. Quite a few times in last year's series, the yokai series, I ended up doing this way. When a color block has patterns that I'm not able to draw by myself, we carve the outside shape of the color block first. Clear that all the way. And then on top of the finished shape of the color area, then we paste the Photoshop printout from Jed. A bit too much water here. Let me settle it down for a sec. Piece of test paper first here. Let me just line it up. All right, let's do the real thing. Looking forward to getting to print this thing, you know. It's going to be a few months away yet still. But it's going to be fun printing this thing. Okay, really carefully. This is critical in the corner. On the line. Critical lineup. Okay, the block can now go back to rest again. And I think what we'll do, this is too fresh now. People were talking about this the other day. Somebody on the other page was asking about my markers. In the old days, they used on a red, sumi red ink for this job. I use a yellow highlighter because it's not water-based. It doesn't tend to smear the paper, but it does smear because the ink has been printed right now. When you put the yellow on it, it actually smears the black a little bit. That's not such a great thing to happen, but whatever. It's because I want to do this quickly rather than let it wait for a day. All right, so what we want to do now is, going back to the reference copy, we're now going to color in all the areas of the octopus except the suckers. It doesn't want the suckers on this block. And some of them are in between. This is going to be a little touchy little block here. Questions. Oh, the redirect doesn't work, and I haven't fixed that. If you need to go to the Octopus, yeah, you've got it there, moconcon.com Octopus. I haven't got the redirect fixed, I'm sorry. There's been, there's jobs waiting and there's jobs that are not so important, and we made that mistake last time. This is not a woman, this is leg. So this area is out, that area is out. Not today, the 16th. Okay, then we got it there, got it there, got it there, got it there. That's her. Let's move around here. Two tiny triangles, that's all we got down there. And for now, pretty much the entire face. It will mostly be dots, but for the present stage, just do the whole thing. Her lips also get the same color as the octopus tone. It's going to be underneath her hair. The top layer of hair covers this part. I think we have got it all. It's going to be all the octopus tone except the suckers. Again, to reiterate, a lot of this will be carved off again later, but we just simply first put the base tone on, and then we'll put the Photoshop information later. Okay, here we go. Ready to paste them. Comments, comments, comments. To what repairs, if there's just a small nick, looking back at the original, right? Here's the original. If we zoom in here, this is the original. See in this, the key block here, there's a small nick. The guy popped it out. He didn't bother repairing it because this was just a cheap book. If I had done that, I would have just cut a triangle. Cut a triangle. I dug into the block with a triangle shape, excavator's triangle hole. Got a wedge of wood, banged it in, cut, 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 bang, you're up and running. So the repair you're seeing on the post, somebody's posted about a repair. That's a larger area. You cut a piece out, you put a flat piece of wood in, you plane it down, and you cut your shape again. But for little nicks and pops, there's quite a few on this block. Actually, I can't find them all right now, but there's quite a few. You just drive a wedge in. Just get a little wedge of wood, drive it in, bam, you're done in a few seconds. Literally seconds. Okay, we have here a new clean piece of wood. Those of you who were on the stream, was it yesterday? I don't even know what day it is. Today's Monday. No, yesterday's stream was microwave printing. Sunday, Saturday morning stream, it must have been, I guess, was it? I was upstairs, I glued up a piece of wood, and you saw me screw it up. Actually, I put it in the press without putting the top plate on it properly. It was a pretty wild day. Anyway, here it is. This is the same piece of wood now. Maybe you remember, there was a big thing, and underneath here, there's a defect underneath this area, remember? So I planed it up. I put it through the planer last night. We have a small Adobe planer last night. I ran it through the planer, and then this morning, when I was upstairs on the 3rd floor, I had a shower, and then I used my scraper blade, and this is now mirror smooth. I haven't finished the back side yet. It went through the planer, and it's still rough from the planer. You can see Jew marks and stuff like that. There's a bit of snipe too. We'll just leave it right now because it's going to get scratched, so we'll just leave it. So this one now, this is going to become the octopus textured skin, and I've got to think about what the best way is to put this on the wood so that I make sure I avoid the defect places. And I think if we did it this way around, that defect is at the top. If I put it like this, that's pretty close to the edge. We're okay, no problem. We're nowhere near the bad wood. The octopus is here. The little guy is here. No problem. Let's confirm. This wood's a bit short. It's okay. We've got enough for our friend here. That's all right. Cut my corners and down she goes. Where are the registration marks? Let's get them in the same place. These son of registration marks, you know, the corner is going to go in the corner, that's a no-brainer. But how far to put this one? Should it go here, 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 here? What you want is you want to be hold the end of the paper both ways, and you want to be able to put your thumb in the registration mark. So if the mark was over here, That's too close, and any slight variation means the paper moves too much over there. If you put the registration mark too far to the outside, you can't hold the paper properly. So just about the level that the length of your thumb is a good way to put it. And the other key thing about this, I just measured now where is the registration mark on the key block. They should be in the same place, of course. If the paper we're using for printing, if it's exactly straight, then it doesn't matter where that mark is. It can be in a different place on each block, because straight is straight. But if you don't cut the paper exactly straight, then if your mark's in a different place, you're going to be registering to a different spot. And as usual, every time we do this job, pasting down a transfer sheet, I have to make a noise. You know what I'm going to do? I'm on the cross grain here. I'm going to bang this with my hammer. So those of you who have headphones on, there'll be one quick, short tap. Let me get my chisel in place here. Chisel's ready. Tap coming in. 3, 2, 1. Gotcha. This is not the hardest block in town, and this is part of a conundrum. For color blocks, we want a reasonably soft block so the water soaks in and will give us good, deep, rich color. But this block, although technically a color block, it's full of small dots. So it would have been nicer to use a bit of a harder wood. I don't really have any good hardwood. What we have is we're saving for our key blocks. So. There's the 2 marks cut. You do a dry run here. Looks good, looks good. Just to confirm again, I'm not upside down or something. The defective wood is out of the way. The octopus is there. He's here. Looks good. No critical parts. Second check, did I forget anything here? Let me make another check. This block will be the dot texture later, but first stage is simply cut all the octopus skin except suckers. I think I've got it all. Get a bit more in this. Oops, wrong one. Is that he or is that she? I think that's he. Quite a bit hard to tell actually who's who down there. I think we are good to go. Okay, you know how we do this. Moisten block first, then paste. We're going to use, I'm not going to use wood glue for this one. We don't need that strength. We're going to use the one that's called Arabiki Yamato, Japanese glue, gum arabic. It's mucilage. It's like the stuff we used in school with that little triangular rubber cap on it. guess on these larger size blocks. She goes. This is face number 5 on this print. Hey, there's going to be eight printing faces. It'll be 4 pieces of wood carved on both sides. This is face number 5. So far we finished the key block, the dark black block for her hair. We finished the octopus base tone, and we finished one of the seaweed blocks. What's left is this one, the octopus overtone, one more seaweed rocks block, and then the background color, which I think is sky, but some people feel is under the sea. And then last will be the text block. Yeah, testing on the new paper. It's ongoing. In fact, today I'll be getting a batch of prints from Ishikawa-san. I don't know. She's been doing another batch of testing. We're just accumulating test prints. We're trying to figure out how to use the paper. The printers actually are getting used to it, bit by bit, you know. On the new paper, the first results were really confusing. We didn't know what to do with it. But I didn't panic. Just a bit of time goes by, and they're getting used to how to use it, actually. Okay, what we're doing here, this is the backing sheet coming off. You know, with spray glue, I put the Gumpy paper onto a backing sheet. I did that this morning, actually, before I started the stream. And that's come off now. We no longer need this. It's done its job of carrying it. It can now disappear. The Gumpy paper is on the block. Now, it looks pretty transparent right now because it's quite wet, but as it dries, it'll become a bit more opaque. So what we're going to do is we're going to peel it off. Now, this is a new kind of Gumpy. The shipment came in yesterday. Actually, I was going to do all of this stuff yesterday, but I didn't get the Gumpy in time, so I didn't do this. I switched to microwave instead. So what we're going to do is we're going to try a peel, and this is really thin Gumpy. I don't know if I need to peel it. Let's have a go and see what happens. I'm really not sure. Let's try. Let's just pull up here. That thick stuff I had in the previous batch. Yeah, we're going to get a bit of a peel, but not some dramatic major lift-off peel. We're just going to basically thin it down a bit. It's already extremely thin paper. So there's going to be no single sheet peel. Look at this. It's just fibers coming off. If you're doing this by yourself, please, please, please get some experience, because rubbing too hard here, if the glue's too wet, that stuff slides on the front of the wood, and you're dead. You're dead before you start carving. Paste, the glue there is just Goldilocks glue, not too much. Enough to stick it, but not enough to let it slide. Not sure, then don't do this part. Wait till it's totally dry and it doesn't move, and then rub off from the back. Rubbing is more difficult, but at least then you know your paper's not going to move. There you are. Gumpy paper. Actually, just peeled off. There's bits of yellow in it, bits of black. Okay. Before we start carving, I'm going to do a couple of things here. I'm going to get better make a modesty patch, I think. And also I'm going to do, Cameron-san's coming this morning. He should be here any minute now, but I'm not going to ask him to do that. Let me go and skip for a minute. I got to turn on the air conditioner, which I forgot to do this morning. It's now stinky sweaty here. I gotta get a drink. I'll be back in less than 60 seconds. Okay. A mosaic patch, I should make one. If there was time to fool around, that would be fun. Excuse me. So the desk is creaking and cracking. I don't know what's happened here. The show? I've got no idea. I know we do have this is an air conditioner running, which we're now in the changeover season. So yesterday was kind of a breezy day. We had the door open, breeze going through with no air conditioner, but it's still really, really humid. So anything that's wooden like this, it gets humid, it swells, it gets air conditioned, and then it dries and stuff. So, sorry, something's rubbing against something. It's not my bones. Excuse me. Oh yeah. Okay, let's get to work. My knees are okay. My knees are fine. I don't sit cross-legged anymore, so. I think my knife's good to go. Let's just get going on this. We need to zoom in, don't we? Okay. Again, if we zoom in, we're going to be out of view all the time. So let's we don't need the microscope for this. Let's just I'll use my desk lens. Use my desk lens. That'll give me a field of view about like this. So if I stay in there, if I just put the camera into that area, there should be a chance of staying in view while I'm carving. If I run out of view, just let me know. Ha ha ha. Okay. Here we are, back to work, actual real work. This wood is softer than I would like for this job, Can you hear the sound? We've talked about this one before. It's the Iceman. He's slicing up some ice for the bar next door. Question about the knife grip. Why the full palm grip instead of like an X-Acto knife grip? Which I'm not sure I understand the question. I don't know. There's three, when the Japanese are describing it here, there's three ways that they use to describe it. I know. This one, like this, just so you're drawing, this is called pencil handle. Pencil handle. This one is called shake handle, as though you're shaking hands or something. And then the traditional way, there's no specific word for it, but you hold it like the shake hand method, but you carve over the back. You carve over the back instead of in front of your nose, under your nose. All the traditional guys, all of them, well, the ones that are left, whatever, who's still alive, they don't carve like you're seeing me, they carve over the back. They would be carving that line this way. I'm carving in front of my nose. That's the only way I learned how to do it when I was back by myself. If I were starting all over again now, if I wasn't 66, if I was 16, then I would start carving this way. It's much, much better for accuracy, and the resulting blocks are much easier to print. But I am what I am. I can't go back now in time after all these years doing it this way. It's one reason why we don't teach. Could you get the sound? He's cutting blocks of ice with a saw. Order some ice. Yeah, right. He's delivering to the Orange Bar next door. That's their name. They've been here. They're quite a while. They're quite an established place in Asakusa. 1983 or something, I think is what their sign says. I don't know. I forget. They open at about 7 or 8 in the evening, and they close somewhere around 5. It changes. It's not so set. They close when the first trains start running. So some of their customers, they'll go to the bar in the evening, leave at 10:30, 11 or 11:30 when the trains still are running. Then the ones that missed the last train stay in the bar and stagger out at 5 o'clock or 5:30 in the morning once the trains are running. Last night there was some kind of actual party there. It was a big group, and they all came out together at around that time, 5:30, maybe 30, 40 people. They weren't drunk, you know, bad behavior drunk, but they were happy. They'd been in there all night drinking slowly. They came out at 5:30 or so to say their goodbyes to each other before dispersing. And the street here is like a canyon. It's an echo. I mean, these guys are just so noisy. Everybody within like 10 kilometers woke up. It wasn't bad. They were happy, just enjoying themselves. It was okay. No barfing, no passing. So if you've got your countdown to Cameron coming, it's Monday morning, it's now 8:42. It depends on a couple of things, what his general schedule is. And he makes his own hours. There's no specific starting time for him. He just calculates his own hours. But sometimes his train's a little late. You know, we're joking about that, but just so you understand, there's no time clock here. He works his own time. And he's got a bunch of things to do this morning because there was lots of things over the weekend that are now stacked up waiting for him. So he's got to hit the ground running today. And he's still in the middle of video editing, so he's going to want to do that. But there's a lot of other business things that have to happen first. So. This block is going to take time, you know. You guys should be watching regularly. You better get used to it because this block's going to be on this bench for quite a while. Even step one, carving all the skin tone where the sucker's out, and then once that's done, pasting down another whole new set of hanchta to carve all the dots. You better get used to it because this block is going to be here for a day or two. People ask us, you know, why is the print so expensive? There we are. I forgot to warn you first. Hi, good morning, sir. I was ready for you. We've been talking about you. No, I mean as in just any minute you'll be here. That's all. Nothing personal.
Okay.
How's your weekend?
Pretty good. Yeah. Yeah.
Ours was.
How was it here?
Crazy.
Busy.
Yeah, no, more busy. The busiest we've ever had. I keep saying the same thing, but it's true.
Every week you just get
The climb now to the autumn season has now started.
Already?
Yeah. I'm mucking with an octopus, remind you. Yeah, it's the octopus color block number 5 in the octopus.
Okay.
This one's a complicated one, because as I was explaining to the guys here, we have to carve it first just in plain color, and then put a Photoshop transfer on because of all the dots.
Yeah.
So what's the plan today? I know it's going to be video editing. I think there's a bunch of business stuff waiting. I know.
Oh, okay.
Some stuff waiting has to be done. I know the Genji series, the Genji Imaki series, is going to fly. So it needs an invoice and the shipping information. So.
Genji Imaki series.
The 4 prints.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the 4.
Oh,
the
of
extra
course.
4.
Oh, so someone got in touch about that. Okay, great.
For a steady, regular friend. He'll be, he's not listening to this live because he's in bed in Holland.
Got it. Okay, so I decided to go for it. Great.
Yeah.
Definitely get that set up. And then...
Should we roll the camera around there? I'm not sure. I'm going to be just...
Do you want to keep running it?
I haven't seen
I
it.
can go upstairs and get going on things if you'd prefer.
There's morning to camera China here. We're down here. It's 8:50. To take a break for a while. Let's see. Seems to be all right. And there's lots of new people here. I think this morning there seem to be lots of questions going back. What's this guy doing? That sort of thing. So you might need to explain who you are.
Okay. Hi, I'm Cameron. I'm one of the staff here. I do a lot of the emails. If you make an order, I'm the one who writes back.
Test that out right now.
Yeah, everyone test it. See if I'm the one who gets back to you.
Joke.
Bid Steve says, "Oh, you must have passed last year's revenue by now." Is that?
We're within days of it.
All right.
I was thinking that order last night might have done it, but no, we're
close.
It probably won't happen today.
Okay.
It'll be within a couple of days. And I've been watching it, so I was going to talk about it on the stream, but not yet.
Yeah, he says, "Dang."
Sorry.
Right. Shadow tomorrow? Yes, that's the plan.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that's what I meant to ask you. Omi, what's the story on the printer? Is it dead or not? Do I have to go to Omi tomorrow? Because there's nothing I can do anyway. Where is it? Is it down or is it up?
That's a good question. She said she was going to switch everything out, but it was going to take her a long time, and then said, "Oh, I'm going to pack everything and do it early now this week." So I think she'll give it another shot.
Okay, well, please get on that today, because I've got to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
Whether we get over to auctions or a used office site and buy the same one again, because I still have no other option.
Yeah.
We've talked about on the stream months and months
but
ago.
the prices are just wild for the newer printers that do similar things.
Because what? Because they're industrial
Yeah,
type printers. So there's no consumer level printers that do the same thing. Yeah. What we're talking about here is on a. Well, you can explain on the car.
Yeah. Tutilus asks, bad hair day? Dead Steve says, Cameron's hair is never bad. It arranges itself exactly how it wants to be. Thanks, Dead Steve. You got my back. It does whatever it wants. And that's okay with me. Came out. I don't know if this is in relation to my hair or not, but they ask, you came out of the typhoon and earthquake all right? Yes, we did.
Well, this area, this time around, we didn't get anything. As you've all seen the news, there's been some terror stories. Where we are, this time around, has had pretty much no effect at all.
Right.
Our time will come, our day will come, but this time around, we've had lots of people writing, Dave, are you okay, are you okay?
Yeah.
Both the typhoon and the earthquake, they're at opposite ends of the country from where we are. Yeah. So there's no concern about us, as I said, this time around. So. It's funny, two of our employees, Kawasaki-san is in Kobe, right in the middle of it. She's okay. I checked with her. She's at home, no problem. She, just stayed, hunkered down and stayed.
Yeah.
She said she was scared witless, but then you have Aini-san, of course, whose family comes from Hokkaido. She went up there 2 days before it hit.
Yep. Didn't you say Yamamoto-kun was up there too?
Yeah.
At the same time?
No, he was back first. He came back before that.
That's good.
And I said we tried to contact her but couldn't because the electricity was out and she couldn't even charge her phone. So.
Right.
But as soon as it came back up, she sent notes saying she was cool.
Yeah. So everyone
we know is okay. Until it happens.
Yeah. Tokon. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Maybe Tukon, I don't know. Asked, how often do you have to maintain those chisels and your knives? So it's
I sharpen regularly, yes, of course. I can't say regular, I sharpen frequently. I keep misusing that word.
Yeah. Depends on how much you get to use them.
So, it's funny, somebody was asking about it. Dave, you've been using that for 3 days without sharpening.
Yeah.
The only thing is I'm only using it during the time on stream. It's not like I'm here all day long doing this. The sharpening stone is by my side, and if I was just doing this now, maybe I'd get about the time of this stream and then pick it up and then sharpen it.
It might look like 3 days, but it was about 3 hours.
Yeah, or that
4 or something like that.
Don't know what you know about the Harada-san story. You left Friday afternoon, right? So
yes.
I don't know what you've seen.
I don't know what's new.
Seen.
I've heard he has some more blocks. Is that correct?
No, he came over with some books and all books of. What we're doing, like the job I'm doing right now, this color transfer thing. I'm actually doing it one sheet by one sheet. But, in a real job, whatever you've done your key block, you're going to prepare for the colors. You do all the transfers, bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
But sometimes you're not sure. Are there going to be 6 colors, 5 colors? Maybe I might spoil one sheet. So you make 1 or 2 sheets extra or something quite often. What the young Harada-san found is in his bookshelf at home. Yeah. He's got a bunch of file folders full of pretty much like it's all the transfer sheets his father ever made throughout his whole career. Wow. We don't thought whatever. Anyway, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them.
Wow.
And this is an unbelievable find because these transfer sheets, you never see them. They're used up in the process.
Yeah.
And they just disappear. So there's no such thing left over from the old days. And here we are. There's a folder full of hundreds of these things.
Wow.
And when I got this Friday night, I saw it after I came home from the TV program. So on Saturday morning, I had a sizing stream, which didn't need much time. So I did the sizing for 10 minutes and then switched to doing a show and tell.
All right.
But I didn't know what was in there. I had seen the first folder.
Yeah. So
while we're doing the show and tell, I get the next folder, and holy crap, it just keeps going on and on and on and on. So it's a bit incomprehensible. I was grabbing the thing to look for myself, and the guy's on camera. I've taken it away from the camera.
Show it to me.
So it's kind of chaotic, but But we've now started to sort of, well, I'm not cataloging it yet, but we've looked through it quietly and slowly, and there is just so much stuff in there.
Wow.
You're just going to learn so much. And it's clear now there's going to be a video. You know, the video I did before, the one remembering a carver,
Right.
Ito-san, the guy I met a couple of times, we had some video of me talking to him. We had block left over from, we have some of his tools. It made a really nice video.
Yeah.
Well, this guy, Harada-san, I never met. He died, I think, when I was like 13 or 14. I've got to find out. I keep telling a different story. He died when I was very young.
Okay.
But there's so many things. I'm on his bench. We've recarved some of his blocks. I got a couple of his tools. Now we've got these transfer sheets. But the last block he was working on before he died, we got a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So I think at some point it's going to be echoes of a carver.
Right.
Instead of remembering a carver.
Right.
And we'll go for it. So I put Doi-san on the hunt, try and find some photographs, try and find some information on the guy, you know, so that we can get the facts straight. And then at some point in the next couple of months we'll do another video.
Great. Nagoya Joe is asking, how about using a strop? But Dead Steve's already explaining how you haven't used any of those, never have.
No,
there's
the
never been any reason
Japanese
for
don't use that. I mean, it's not that it's good or bad. The Westerners working on oil stones, they use a strop for the last stage to take off the burr at the back.
Yeah.
In the Japanese tradition, we take off the burr with the finest sharpening stone. I can't say better or worse. I've never used a strop. I don't know. It's just in our tradition, they're not used. So I have no specific knowledge of that sort of thing. The Japanese have blades and steel and sharpening pretty much figured out long before I came on the scene or talked to any sword maker or whatever. So I'm just really following the traditions there. I don't think I have anything to bring to the table. I use an artificial stone, the diamond stone, because they are stunningly useful and efficient. I use a diamond stone for the rough and intermediate sharpening. I use a natural stone for the final sharpening. But honestly speaking, there's no real physical reason for that. It's just, I can't abandon that stuff altogether.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
am I on camera? I can't tell when I'm on.
He says, we use strops for polishing the blade, and eventually we need to use a stone. So, but just different traditions, different techniques. So.
Well, different steels as well.
Yeah.
So.
That's true. I don't know if you saw this earlier. I'm just scrolling up to see what else has been discussed. But Gami suggested maybe you should order ice sometime so we can see the man in action.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
Order ice for what? For my forehead, for my headache. What headache?
After yesterday's testing, will Cameron get to test the microwave soon?
What yesterday's stream was, because the Gampi paper, I got to talk about that later, the Ozawashi really screwed up on this. Anyway, it was a long story short. I didn't have the Gampi paper. I ordered it weeks in advance, still didn't get it. So yesterday's stream was supposed to be this stream, doing the transfer, pasting it out. It didn't come, so by the evening I'm thinking, what am I going to do for a stream? Well, we still don't have the microwave up and running. So I just did the next level of testing by myself. I did another run through to try and figure out what more things we still need to do before we can get it done. And Haunted Cameron's, and it's difficult. It really is difficult. Given the assumption that you want to have a print that looks nice, without funny marks around it, without it being splotchy, blurry, smashed. To make a nice print, we've got a problem here somewhere. Here's what we did yesterday. To make a print at this level.
How much are these going for in the shop?
Yeah, people are already asking on the stream, you know. So that might be where it'll end up, because I don't know if we can do it for a party. It will, whatever. I don't want to go over all over again. It's really difficult. Not for us, but I'm just, I'm thinking
For
that
people without any
people without any
experience.
experience.
Yeah.
They can do it, but we will have to hover over every block, over every stroke. And with 2 staff and 4 customers, and I don't know how we're going to do it. There's no way it could happen in an hour. So I don't know. It's print party premium or something. I don't know. But if that's what happens, then we're in big trouble, because the Peach Boy blocks are dead. They are worn out, stone cold dead.
Just print the yellow one. Just the one color.
You're very helpful. Thank you.
I'd say. No help at all.
And we're coming into
To the busy season.
So I have got to get some decisions made on it. So luckily now, today and tomorrow and Wednesday, there are no print parties scheduled at all.
Oh, wow.
So I was hoping for the next few days, I don't want to go to Omi. I want to get this thing just done as much as I can.
Got it.
But if that printer is still screwed up, Omi's just standing there helpless. What do I do? We've got to solve that before Christmas season, because that's for the gift print. Printing. So anyway, please get on that today.
Okay, yeah.
Find out where we're at with it, at least, is what I mean.
Okay.
And a quick, easy solution would be just to find another one. Go out to junk shops or Yahoo auctions or something and find the same one. Because people would have bought it, they would have put it in their room, their home, and just would have sat on it for months, for years, So they're out there, I think, still.
Wait, what is?
Those printers, that's
Oh, yeah, that kind of printer. Got it, yeah. Oh, that's what we can do with all the ice that we're apparently going to buy. It's Kakigori print parties.
Well, that's what the guys next door do, of course. This is not the ice that was hand delivered, but what they're doing next door is Kakigoya no Kakigori. They've got a little bit of a pun sign up front.
Got it.
Well, this weekend may have been their last kick at that, I guess.
Yeah.
The stream, was it yesterday? The day before stream was funny. I was getting this block ready. I was gluing this block up. The stream was upstairs, showing me putting the mix of glue and pasting it down. And I was trying to talk and do it at the same time and get under the stairs, and I can't see the camera, and I'm doing this and doing that. And I absolutely screwed it up. I moved the shelf out. They took all the parts out, took the little shims. There's the press, pulled off the top plate, blah, blah. Got my stuff glued up, put it inside. And I forgot to put the top plate of the press back in.
Oh, no.
I put the clamp right on top of this blank thing, cranked it down. Oh, no. And then none of the sticks would fit.
Yeah.
Of course, because the top plate, the thickness was missing. So the jack that reached the stairs stuff didn't fit. So I'm putting shims in. What's going on? What are we going on? And the guys, I can't see the chat, and I can't see anything. And they're all screaming, "You forgot the top plate, you idiot!" or whatever's going on. They're all yelling to try and get my attention.
No.
I'm just proceeding, jacking. It's just chaos.
Oh no! Did it end up putting a mark on the wood?
No, it was okay. So what happened as I stood back from it, then I saw the top plate sitting there. So, okay, the quick decision: just forget this and pretend nothing happened, or suck it up. Okay, and I did. I pulled it all apart and put this back in and admitted,
Oh no!
It's okay. It's just such solid wood. There's no problem. There wasn't a mark on it.
Okay, that's good. Twitch question. I think we got one. Yes. I've just invested in a mono laser printer to make transfer prints as inkjet prints bleed when glued to the blocks. You've said that you go to a copy shop to get your transfer prints. Why haven't you bought a laser printer for this purpose?
We have a laser printer here that does A4 size. These are bigger than A4 size.
Yeah.
Next question. We do. We have in the Omi workshop. We have an A3.
Yeah.
So I don't go to the copy shop. I use the A3 laser printer in Omi. But here in Asakusa, we don't have an A3 printer.
Yeah. Getting those larger ones are not very cheap. So.
No special reason at all. It would be better to do it in-house. You've got control over all your printer settings, and you get the finest dots and stuff like that. The one at the copy shop, Actually, it's pretty high. It's some Fuji Xerox. It's a professional giant machine, actually.
It's huge.
So it's giving us pretty good results. But yeah, no, the easy answer is we're just simply working at A3 or B4 size.
Yeah.
Is that laser upstairs working, or are you still having driver problems? Because we're trying to use it with 6 different computers.
Yeah, it works with some computers and doesn't cooperate with
yeah.
others. It's like making a cheap, great wave with less of a waiting line. It's got a point. It's got a point.
I don't think it has a point at all. I mean, why detract from our real work?
Yeah.
Even yesterday, when I think I made 4 sheets yesterday on the stream. I had 4 pieces of paper, so I ran 4 test prints of the Great Wave.
Right.
And even while I was doing it myself with all my experience, the black behind the mountains started to creep up and up and up. And you let the customers loose on that, and that's going to be just a jet black sky in a few minutes.
Yeah.
And if we assume our best case visitors, people who are pretty handy with their hands and stuff like that, they can sail through this. But then, there's other kinds of
We get a
visitors
variety of customers.
at different levels of manual dexterity. So I don't know what to do with the damn thing now. We're in it now. So anyway, the next few days, as I said, staff training,
experimenting.
and then what we'll do is when the staff is sort of ready for it on any given day, maybe Wednesday when the girls are here, we'll just grab someone who come into the shop and say, "Hey, you got an hour to spare?"
Yeah. Give you a free print party. We've got to test some things.
Free print party. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Nagoya Joe. Dave, I know you've been in Japan for a long time, but how did you learn Japanese early on? Kodingami says his wife was Japanese, and then
She and I only spoke English.
Yeah, he spoke English together. Someone said, like most language learning, it's sink or swim. You either do your best to do it, or you don't do anything at all.
So, I know I got to qualify my language. I can communicate, I can do stuff. I did that TV show on Friday with totally no problems, sat and chat, blah, 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 blah. So daily life for me is okay. I cannot read, as I said before, I cannot read the financial section of the newspaper with any...
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you can either, but I don't know whatever it is. So my language is pick and choose. It's not anywhere near native, not even remotely close to being native. I have a strange accent still. But my God, I can communicate with whoever, whatever. And if the emperor walked in the door, yeah, I could handle that. Whatever, I could speak politely enough to do that. But I've never studied, and because of that, there's lots of kanji characters that I don't know. The knowledge of kanji is just picked up from reading station signs and newspaper headlines and our own work and whatever.
Yeah.
So my knowledge is patchy but effective. If somebody was talking about what should I recommend before they come to Japan, whatever, find Japanese language classes, take them, grab the book, study, make the flashcards, get busy. Get a Skype Japanese friend. There's no end to the resources now compared to when I was starting. You were fluent before you came here, I think, right? Or fluent
I can get around,
conversation. So.
Yep.
There's no reason anymore at all for not being able to handle it. So many resources. Yesterday, on Friday, on the TV show, we get in the studio, and I've learned a few things about this. What they did was I had to stand in the wings while a stand-in took my place while they set the lights and all that sort of stuff. So somebody had a bull on his chest with a stand. They do that. They don't have you. It's polite, common politeness.
Right.
They don't ask me to stand there for half an hour while they adjust the lights and do all this stuff. I'm no big star, but they treat the guests
nicely. Yeah.
So I'm standing in the wings behind all the lights while they do all the setup and stuff and all the rehearsal. So they're already running through some of the questions, and the host is speaking to the dummy me and asking some sample questions and stuff like this. And then the producer, okay, Dave, in you go, let's get this thing running. And as I come forward into the set, the producer introduces me, producer or executive producer, he introduces me to all the staff, all the cameramen and stuff like that. And I've learned that what you got to do is you really, really got to jump and make a good first impression.
Yeah.
So I jump up into the middle of where the lights are. I don't remember what I said, but I came up before. As the guy walked towards me, I started the conversation.
Yeah.
Hey, good. It's fine to be here. Look at this fantastic studio. I'm really looking forward to having a good day. Blah, blah. And then everybody, oh, this guy can handle it. They know right there, no stress. This guy's going to be okay. They don't have to hold my hand. They don't have to feed me, whatever. Right. And the whole mood just goes, oh, because they get some dorks or people who haven't had TV experience, stand there sweating and what am I supposed to do? Where's the bathroom? And people who can't speak Japanese well enough.
Yeah.
So they were so happy. And I've got to break that ice right there at the very first minute.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Said, did you get your own room with your name on it and a mini fridge?
No, in this time, no. Sometimes, yes. When you do the one at the NHK, you do the evening news live on the NHK evening news. You do. You get there's a makeup girl in a room and all that stuff. Not that you're ever in it, but.
But it exists.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not a star. But when you're a guest on a program, for the most part, they usually treat you nicely. Remember, these are quick and dirty TV shows. These are not movie sets. There's no trailer and.
Yeah.
The program, by the way, I know we've announced it already.
It's all wrapped up.
It's wrapped up, ready to go. I know it's a weekly program. It's Monday nights, 9 o'clock Japan time.
Okay, not tonight, but
the
next
guy
week.
before me is a Canadian guy who's doing bicycle trips around Japan.
I saw that on their website.
Yeah.
Thought that was funny. 2 Canadians in a row.
Well, he's been here, I think, a while. I don't know. He's a bit of a funny guy. Whatever. Anyway, so he's the one that's on. So as soon as his program is finished tonight, our trailer will probably be going up.
That's right.
So I think you can post it on Facebook and stuff.
Okay.
So Monday night, 9 o'clock on BS Japan.
BS Japan.
And it's not such an instant program. They've gone for the easy, quick stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
Just one more for the whatever.
Jumping back in topics, someone asked, said, Dave, have you read some literature on woodblock printmaking written in Japanese? Or
What is there?
Yeah.
What?
No. Is there?
There's any number of hobby books. If you go in any library now, there's lots of information on making mokohanga at a hobby level. Every library has dozens of books about that.
Yeah.
There's very little documentation from the old days because workshops weren't documented. They were just workshops.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what to say. I have on my bookshelf at home. I've picked up every old book that seems worthy of having. But there's no real documentation of this stuff.
That's Steve. Your episode will be putting the bowl in BS Japan.
As I learned, when I went there to do this, I was thinking, should I tell these guys about what I think to Dave, just be quiet. You don't need to go there, just
They've
be
had
quiet.
this name forever.
Yeah.
You're not going to change anyone's mind.
There's no point in making them feel uncomfortable about it.
Yeah.
And besides, they've been having guests. My program is program of 116 or 115 in the series. So I'm the 115th foreigner that's been on this program.
Yeah.
So they've probably heard it
all
from
before.
at least one of those guests has come forward with it. So no thanks.
And didn't you say they're changing or been bought out or something?
It's Sun Command. I guess they're now owned by Tokyo or something. So there's some kind of corporate merger or whatever has happened or is happening. And from October, there's a different station name or
Okay.
I don't know the details. I didn't pay attention to it. So.
Got it. So this may mark an end to all the BS.
Well, no, because it's still going to broadcast satellite, so I just think the program, I don't know.
Okay.
I wasn't paying attention. So it's on the website if you're interested.
Okay. How may I help you? That's a funny name. Says, is there any place in Japan you want to go to that you still haven't gone to after all this time?
I don't know. I never thought about it. My focus is just so much sitting right here at the end of my nose. I don't know. I would like to do a bit more relaxed, peaceful traveling. You know, it's just not possible at the moment in my life here. But yeah, to be able to just get in a train and go somewhere without having the TV crew at the end of it, or
Yeah.
whatever. I would like to sort of maybe take vacations and stuff again, but at the moment it's just not even a conscious thought. So I've never been south. The farthest west/south I've been is Himeji Castle.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, I know. On land, we've flown to Kyushu for
Right.
HK program and stuff, but I haven't been on land past Himeji. So I've never been down to the Hiroshima area or Miyajima or stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
But no, I'm not really thinking about that sort of thing these days.
So the same person who asked about whether you've read Japanese literature on woodblock printmaking says that. So has a lot of what you've done been reverse engineering, or?
Well, totally reverse engineering, of course. Plus the craftsmen that I met over the years,
Right.
watching how it's done, the bastardized way that it's done these days, it's reverse engineering, totally reverse engineering. It's not that complicated, again, without being sort of, sarcastic about it. It's really, really simple. Cut a shape, pigment on it, paper, rub, It's in the details. It's in the details and the experience. But it's not like I think we were talking about this before one day. Back in my era when I was in high school, I didn't have one, but most of my friends had a car and stuff. And they would get just the cheapest junker car they could possibly find.
Yeah.
And they didn't know anything about how motors worked or whatever, but by running it and taking it apart and looking at it, you figured it out, you did your reverse engineering, and you did stuff. Now, these days, you can't do that with a car because it's all these funny black boxes and, components and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm using this as an analogy. Printmaking is like the old-fashioned kind of cars that I knew. You can see it all. You can see every nut and bolt. There's nothing hidden. You follow the wire. Oh, there's where it's connected. I see now. So by looking at the thing itself and thinking about how it was made, you can figure it all out.
Yeah.
Because it's so simple. It's just wood, paper, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
It's hugely deep. Of course, there's lots to learn, lots to study, lots to feel. But it's something you can do by looking at old prints and looking at old bits of wood that you find. So that block that Sykes gave me, my God, I learned so much from that block. Just,
Yeah.
But no, it was documented. There's no old book you can pick up and it'll tell you the secrets of how the masters did it in the old days.
Yeah.
There were no masters. These were just craftsmen, just workers. There were experienced men and less experienced men. There were cheap jobs and there were expensive jobs.
Yeah.
And none of it was secret, top secret. It was just unknown because why would you talk about it? On the paper this morning, the freezer schedule said Suga-san is in and Dei-chan is in. I took Suga-san's paper out, but I could not find any paper for Dei-chan, so I don't know if I
Maybe she's
screwed
starting
up
a new
or if
job?
she's starting something. I don't know.
Huh.
And she may be starting the
The one.
yeah.
Yep. Got it. For making any announcements. See how.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And me and staff yesterday was a bit slow in the late afternoon, so we got to image database searches and stuff, and we're trying to find something for gift print.
Yeah.
Because I am now, that deadline is now right in front of my nose. This is why I don't want to fool around with going to Ome tomorrow.
Yeah. So 12 secrets no printmaker wants you to know. Click here. We're talking about it's saying no, there aren't any secrets like that. It's watch it. Dead Steve summarized it as entry level low, skill ceiling high. You can. It's easy to get started in it, but develop a lot of skill and get better and better over time, I suppose.
That's what your goal is,
Yeah.
If you want to make stuff like this in a Christian way, It's going to take you a while.
Yeah.
If you want to make interesting stuff for yourself, it doesn't take long at all. Your first breed can be fun and interesting and enjoyable.
Yeah.
Boys, guys, he's heading upstairs today. Good.
Great wave information request. According Gami asks again. The shutter graphic, yes, it's supposed to come tomorrow, and so it's maybe in Ome or he may be here, but in any case, I'll be here to take pictures of it while it's going up. And
Or you're going to lose the toss and you go to home or
yeah,
whatever.
or I'll go to Ome and you can get some pictures. That works just as well.
So there was no reply then about the cleaning thing. We don't know where that stands. Cleaning the printer.
Oh, no.
But that was what, Thursday or something? Yeah, I was still here, so that's way back.
Yeah, but I talked with her again on Friday about the changing all the ink cartridges and everything, and she's
just playing down. That's her style.
Yeah.
Oh, so helpless, I know my man. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, whatever. I can't go Monday night. Monday night I'm busy here. Sadako's coming. She's got a ton of translation. She wants me to go over with her. She's coming here at 7 on Monday. So I can't do that.
Yeah. What does she translate on there?
I can't talk about it on the screen. It's her stuff.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Wasn't sure. She does a job or her own writing or something.
It's a mix. She does really, really well by it. She doesn't actually need me, but the last step, native speaker, it always helps.
Double check. Yeah.
Good morning, sir. Kawai-san. Hello.
Cool shirt, Polaroid camera. Interesting shirt.
Yeah. They're making them again, I think. Is that why it's there? Is that
camera, but the camera, Polaroid camera. Uniqlo です。
Uniqlo.
So good. So you're upstairs today, Kawai-san? 今日3階で
いいの
いいの
パーティーが良くない僕と土井さんも。
じゃあちょっと朝の髪のプレパレーションだけ一応構えてたまにしてさんの方かね。それだけちょっとやってから。じゃあいいですか。
もう大丈夫。
助かります。
だからもうどうになるかわからない。もし客が多いパーティーどんどん入ったら、
もし、はい。じゃあちょっと
助けてくださいというか。で今の考えは、もし人がパーティーが欲しいと、申し訳ない、今日スタッフがもういないですからできないか。I don't know, we'll see what happens.
でもまあ、もし、そのあれだったら登場しますので、言ってください。大丈夫です。
僕の机にもいろいろやりたいことが多いんですから。でも、it's okay, Carson. Get it done. No problem. Also, there's from our friends in America, Mr. TC. There's more mail, wasn't there? Did we go through last week? It's all.
Oh,
I didn't see any.
Yeah, there haven't been any new ones. Okay. I've requested new ones. Confirmation on things, but haven't heard.
What's he doing opening the windows? It's boiling hot out there.
It is a hot one. Toothless. That's the ugly thing with all high-skilled professions. You need a lifetime to learn, and when you're perfect at it, you die.
It's called life. What's he talking about? Professions. That's how life works.
Yeah.
I
think I finally figured this thing out.
Yep. Cool. That's the way it's programmed. Yeah.
Yes, we have lots of correspondence with Mr. T.
I have no idea what time it is, Cameron, so it's up to you.
9:21.
This is going to be endless. This block will be here for some weeks because the shape first, then I've got to paste down the transfers from the tracings, all the dots. So this is going to take a while to get through this block, that's for sure.
We all know Dave is just absorbing the life force of all the young carvers in a 2,000-kilometer area in order to live forever. There can only be one carver. That's not true at all. We've got several carvers working.
And what do you mean, the young carvers in the area? What there are no such thing. What are you talking about?
It's because you've absorbed all their life force. Whatever that means.
I think somebody's stretching a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's okay. Too much.
Live forever, yeah. See about that. Sometimes I get the idea at the moment I'm still lucky to be here this year, so not lucky maybe, but whatever. Mix of luck and a mix of good behavior and a mix of common sense and a mix of technological help.
I knew this was coming. As soon as you said technological help, you got confirmed Android. Bionic Dave.
Well, so I tell you what, we should, I do have lots of other things to do. Let me get to the end of these. Let me finish these suckers, literally. Let me finish off these suckers. You've got to get upstairs.
Yeah, plenty to do.
Yeah, plenty to do. And the stream the next little while then, today's Monday, so to reiterate for people who don't know the pattern, there's no stream tomorrow. Not because of any emergency, but because it's Tuesday. We don't stream on Tuesday. It's my day off.
Hardy.
No, it's our day off streaming. It's okay. It's our day off streaming. And, we'll be back Wednesday, and there may be other streams mixed in with it. You know, we might be doing more microwave testing, or it might be more sizing or whatever. But for the next few weeks, the bulk of the streams will be the content you see in front of you right now. I'll be carving this block.
Good stuff. Ohayou gozaimasu. Good morning.
Good morning. Right.
Okay.
お金の数え方とかまだやってる。2回だけやるから。たまにこうやると。言われました。
The voices you hear in the background, it's a new girl. We've got a new girl training here. This was interesting when we got introduced to her. Her mother had been in the shop and said, well, my daughter's a university student looking for a part-time job.
Speak some English.
So we said to send her over with her. And a very interesting thing happened. It turned out that the school this girl is going to is the same university that Ishikawa-san went to. I have one of my printers upstairs. And you know how in Japan these sort of bonds and this alumni thing is kind of important. It was insane. I took this girl upstairs. Ishikawa-san hadn't known about the school connection. I took this girl upstairs to introduce her to Ishikawa-san, saying, here's the new girl, we're going to be training her for a while, see how it's going. Ishikawa-san looked at me with a sort of bland face, oh yeah, another one, whatever. And then I mentioned she went to such and such a school. And Ishikawa-san dropped her to us, jumped out of her thing, stood up, hugged the girl, said, oh my God. And they started talking, blah, blah, what year were you in? Who's your teachers? What are you doing? You know, sizing each other up and all this stuff. And that was it. I just backed off. And they're good. They're
see you next week.
Yeah, see you next year, whatever. So. And that one thing overrides everything else. Any consideration of whether this person looks competent or, You know,
Yeah.
that's it. That went to the same school as you, so that's it. We now accept her into the group 100%. She's going to be hired.
Yeah.
And this is good and bad. You know, I saw this, you know, it's not going to be impossible for me to criticize this girl in any way to Ishikawa-san because she is now buddies because of the school connection. It's really, really interesting.
Yeah.
I had known intellectually about this, but this is the first time I viscerally saw this happen.
Watched it happen, yeah.
You know, so. Anyway, rambling too much. I've got to get up to work here. You can see what's happening here. I'm not going to zoom out because of modesty reasons. Cameron-chan, can you
Okay, we
do
will
the right
see you
thing?
next
and
time. Not
sign
tomorrow.
off? Not tomorrow. Back here, Wednesday morning, same time, same place, same station, same knife blade, same everything. See you then.
See you later. And we're off.